you start building a Century 21 office. What happened after that?
And then, okay, so now we're at 2000, 2010, that was 2009, fall of 2009. I started that position 2010, 2011, 2012. I was presented with an opportunity with two different large REITs funds, um, probably because of my property appraisal experience. And, I'm a numbers gal, I'm numbers driven, and my tag, my branding is helping you build wealth through real estate. So I had two of those voluminous funds approach me and wanting to buy volume. Yeah, can you get us 30 deals per month in the Tampa market? Well, yeah, I can do that. So
Yes, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but yes.
and they had asked me to move to a particular brokerage that they had their systems with, and so I did that, and had a great run from 2012 to 2018. Had a great run with that type of business, and we're seeing that more prevalent today than ever. So, as you know, John, I am over the moon excited to watch other agents really flourish and see success with
Yeah.
this little market niche.
Yeah. How did you get that relationship? Was it just by chance, or did you know? Because even back then, like 2012, like there was investors, but I didn't, at least here in Columbus, I didn't know that there was still the corporations going out and buying at that time. I didn't experience that. And I can't remember if, we ever dealt with any large corporations when we were even selling off some of our foreclosures and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
How did that connection happen?
One was through a fellow real estate agent. Another one was through a mortgage broker that I was working with that just happened to have knew somebody. And then another one was a cold reach out on LinkedIn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. There's a guy, I'm on Clubhouse. I'm big on Clubhouse, and there's a guy, his name's Chris. He's in, I think, New Jersey or somewhere. And he always says, in real estate, your life can change in 24 hours.
Yes.
And I think about that a lot. And just that right there, right? Like when I'm talking to agents, if we're doing leads and things like that, you just never know who's on the other end of that phone.
Absolutely.
A cold LinkedIn reach out, like you just never know. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I attribute all of that to my faith because despite the turbulence and the rough times, I was able to maintain presence and good cheer to raise my son, who was very impressionable. He turned 3 while we were over in Dubai, and that was my world. And even though we were homeless and we were staying in an extended hotel facility, home was wherever we were.
Yeah.
And as long as that was my motivation, I wanted to keep it. I wanted to keep him insulated from the challenges he didn't need to know, and he didn't know anything other. He had
Yeah.
a very innocent smile on his face, and to this day, he's just a joyful, amazing person.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So you get involved into the REITs and start doing that. What's kind of the next kind of lead us up till today?
Well, in between, at the tail end of the REITs, on that first run, I encountered EXP. I had since moved over to Keller Williams, I believe, in 2013, and I was very happy there. It was my home. I never thought I'd leave. I loved their priorities, God, family, business, and I flourished there. And I'm a three-time bold graduate, and I credit KW for breaking through many of my limiting beliefs and had a great experience there. However, my admin had relocated to Colorado. Her husband had a military relocation, and I desperately needed a tech solution. So I had approached my team leader twice to see if there was any way that we could make that happen. And then, of course, on my own accord, I started researching tech solutions to figure this out. And I came across this peculiar model of EXP. And when I looked in, I'm like, this sounds way too good to be true, and sort of left it alone. And within a couple of weeks, I had noticed that one of my former bold coaches actually was at, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Was flying the flag of EXP. And I called him up. He said, "You do way too much activity. They're still building, and it's basically a shit show. Stay where you are."
Yeah.
And then I kept seeing big hitters across the country making the move. So I circled back with him and he told me the same thing. And I said, you know what, Hank? I'm coming. I love you. I respect you. But this is, I get it. I see it. And so it did solve that challenge, being that we have the metaverse, that national platform. So Mary and I were able to work effectively together on the cloud for that tech solution. So it solved that, but in so much more. And was it perfect? No. I can tell you within the first 30 days, $400 was dropped into Hank's bank account because of my production. It was at that.
I think you muted yourself.
I don't know how that happened.
There we go.
Right. So what was the last thing you heard, John?
The $400 dropped into Hank's bank account.
Okay, so so he was seeing the power of rev share. I was seeing the power of the national network.
Yeah.
And it wasn't perfect. The financing of it, I capped quickly. They were still taking that money. And so what? First request, can you help me out here, accounting? Second request, third request, fourth request, fifth request, sixth request. Jason gets on the phone and he apologizes for the inefficiency in the system, and we're scaling, and you're coming in with a lot of. I knew at that point I am with a class act of a company. If the CEO of the company is reaching out to me with an apology and assuring me that we will make things better, but I'm sure glad that I came in with a spirit of let's build this, and not that diva, hey, you're taking my money, right? And I just knew at that point that this was a really special community to be part of, but I didn't know just how incredible it would get.